Hello, this is Katie. Welcome back to my channel. So in this video, I wanted to go over my plan for no buy 2022. Trying not to buy craft supplies specifically. It is just something I want to do. You're welcome to join me. I just want to preface it with this is by no means like a boycott of anyone. Me trying to do this is not going to hurt, small businesses or crafty businesses or anything like that. If anyone wants to join me, it's just people who are trying not to spend money they probably don't have anyway. And I haven't been able to do this. I tried it in 2021. I did not last very long. I can't remember how long it was, maybe a couple months or so. And so I wanted to go over kind of like my rules about how it works. And if you would like to join me, then great. And I will be doing videos on how to kind of shop your stash and use what you have, hopefully weekly, as long as I can, and helping you out with some tips on how to not purchase things if you don't need them. So I did get this planner from Michaels. It wasn't my first choice. The one that I wanted, and I can't remember the brand of them, there's just so many there, but the one that has like the gold or silver bound metal spiral, all of those there, even the one with the cover that I had, it was like a crafty themed cover, was from July through next year, and we're already in November, and I don't want a planner where like several of the months are already past. It just doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know why any of those with the spiral hardbound, which is what I wanted, didn't just have 2022 planners. Maybe I was too early, I don't know. But the happy planners with the plastic holders, I'll show you how it works if you don't know already. It's not my favorite, and I'll show you why. But I needed something and I wanted to get started, so this is fine as long as I'm gentle with it. So the happy planners were the only ones that had like January to December 2022, which is what I was looking for. So they're very cute. I just wish they were bound, and I understand why they have this system. This is just a plastic disc. It's entirely removable. It's just that the pages, and I'm only going to do this once because I'm not doing anything to this, but this is so that you can take out and put in other things. But they're not really in there. So if you see that, they're just punched a certain way so that they grab onto these plastic discs. So if I took out every page of this, including the cover, which is a little tougher but still comes off because it's laminated, I would be left with a pile of plastic discs that are loose, if that makes sense. So it's not my favorite because there are pages that are already, kind of tearing a little bit under there. And I'm not saying they'll totally fall out. That's why I'm just going to be very careful with it. I'm not getting too heavily into the planning aspect. This was just more for me to keep track of the year and trying not to spend and things like that. So they have the cute first page. And so what I'm going to go over, super basic rules, no buy. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. No buy is what I mean by that. 2022 craft supplies. This does not apply to groceries and everything else you need. If you do not plan on stocking up before 2022 on things like paper, glue, all of the necessities, I will let you decide what your own necessities are. But to me, that's like cardstock for card bases, adhesive, your tape runner refills. I would say, like, if you often accent your images with a white pen and your white pen runs out, I would consider that like a necessity item to refill, something you're using on every card. And if your ink runs out, then we don't want you to like not be able to accent your images, for example. So however you want to define that is fine. I plan on stocking up. I have plenty of paper. I don't think I even need to get any more. But I do plan on stocking up on adhesive. I think I already placed an Amazon order for adhesive. My label maker refills, both off-brand because they're cheaper. Another set of magnets. I did get, I'll show you these ones. I got one more of these just in case. Now I don't know that I will actually need magnets if I'm not buying anything, but we will talk about one caveat to purchasing that is okay. But these are not the cutest magnet sheets. Magnet sheets for the back of my stamp sets, and I actually have several stamp sets that still need one because I was out. So I stocked up on these, but I did get another one on order. So those are coming. So I should be stocked before 2022 on even necessities. So I should be good there. And one of the rules I will write down here is that you can spend money / gift cards that aren't yours. I kind of went over. So if you are given a gift card to, if you get to ask for what specifically you want, whether it's Michael's or a small business that you prefer, you can spend those gift cards because it was gifted to you. So there's your caveat for the year. Make sure you ask for your gifts appropriately from whoever. You're also welcome to support small businesses now at the end of the year, maybe when it matters more to them, and purchase gift cards up front to use for next year. That may seem like cheating, but that's fine. It's this financial year versus next one. So that is open as an option. So I went too far. So what we're going to look at, I'm going to turn this very carefully. This is also very hard to write in for me because these are really tall. And as soon as I get over to the right, my writing gets worse because my hand is running into these. So not my favorite, but that's okay. So just some quick tips on not buying every set you want, that you think you want, is if you literally cannot afford it, that you'll have to decide for yourself. 2 is easy for me to think about because if this is not your job, and you don't need to, you're not trying to stand out to companies to be on design teams, and the best way to do that is to use everything that company releases and make it known to them. And that's hard to do if you can't buy those things. So if you're not trying to make this your job, or if it isn't your job, this will be much easier for you. If you think about it, if stamps are $15 and you buy the dies I averaged about 22. And if you make one card with one stamp set and die set, that is a $37 card. So if you do purchase, or if you want to think about it, make sure you make enough cards with that set to as if you would have purchased those cards, to satisfy the amount per card you're willing to have spent. Another tip is to just grab an older set that you haven't touched in a while, that you know you love, and try to make 3 cards with it. And then this is going to be for the people who don't want to straight up just not buy anything and go cold turkey. So if you can't do that, just make sure, if you know how you feel when you see that set you have to have, and you see it during a release or whatever, or you actually see the stamp set once it's for sale, and you absolutely have to have it and you want to buy it immediately, just wait for that feeling. Don't buy just anything you want. Make sure you wait until you feel that way about the stamp set. Then you're at least purchasing less than you might have normally. Another thing to add that I did not write down is that for people who are going to try to do no buy whatsoever, when you do see something you want, because it's inevitable unless you don't go on Instagram at all, is to go through and even maybe, I don't want to say put in your cart, but kind of like window shop and add up what you would have spent had you just bought whatever you wanted. And then if you do last however long or the whole year, you can kind of tally up what you would have spent. And then you can know like what you saved by not buying everything you wanted. So that's another option. And then I would say 3 things to do before January 1st. So I would say maybe when you're done making Christmas cards, once Christmas is over, if you have time, if you work and you have a break from work after Christmas until the new year, that's even better. But as long as you have some time after Christmas before the 1st is to organize. I just did this recently, kind of tidied up everything. I have it over on my Instagram and my highlights. I spent a whole day showing you kind of what I was doing to tidy up my area. So getting organized for having a space where you can actually craft, like a clean table, is going to be helpful to using things that you already have if you actually want to sit down and craft. I would say before the new year, starting now, but before the new year, buy what you want now. It doesn't count towards next year. If you do buy something this year, it's only when you spend it. If the package shows up after the new year, you're not responsible for that. I do have like a pre-order, for example, from Ink Road that I know is a pre-order and is likely going to show up after the new year, but you spent it in this year, so that's okay. And then also what I did, which is buy a stock of your necessities. So the paper, the adhesive you want, any glue if you're running low. I did mention the white pens. I'd consider that a necessity item. The necessities are not stamp sets, new watercolor sets. I have plenty of watercolor, period, that I need to use, and brushes, so I think I'm good there as well. But anything you consider a necessity is fine. And so that's my overview and some of my tips. But then I will also I've kind of pre-planned, I think I got ink on there. Let's see. Oh yeah, so I had pre-planned for a Valentine's week on YouTube, which is what I drew here, in the, I guess technically the first week after the first couple days of January, this week in January. But I want to do starting with the 1st, which is good. It's a Saturday. It's a good day to do that. A Shop Your Stash video, which is what that means on these. So I will do these and see how that goes. Essentially just reaching for something I already have, and likely a lot of you might have as well, especially if it's popular like Lawn Fawn. It might be a set that you have, or you can just kind of play along with me on these videos and grab something from your stash that you haven't played with in a while and make some cards along with me. So I'm hoping to do that every Saturday as long as I can. I don't have anything really other than a plan for a video this day for last minute Valentine's, because it's the Friday before the Monday that is Valentine's Day. So that's really all I've planned out so far. But I do plan on using this to kind of plan out videos that I want to do. And if the January Saturday Shop Your Stash videos go well, or you guys like them and you want to see more, then I'll try and keep that going. I just didn't want to pen that in yet. So I've committed to January for those types of videos, and then we will see where it goes from there. If you have any tips or tricks, or if you'd like to join along, let me know. We can definitely keep supporting small businesses by sharing for those that do not plan on not buying things, people that would love to spend their money, sharing our favorite small businesses on Instagram. Even here, I can try and highlight some businesses. I know I don't really want to put that in the same video as telling you to shop your stash. So maybe just on like Instagram, try and promote those small businesses, so that other people can take advantage of sales and things like that. But yes, there are plenty of ways where you can manage your own spending on craft supplies that you probably don't need and still support those businesses. But also, like I said, you are able to get gift cards and use those. I would say, you can't go over unless maybe you include a necessity in there if you are actually out of glue or something like that, and that's in your cart and that covers the excess you have to pay, if that makes sense. It's really hard to get really, really close on a gift card without having to, pay more outside that. So any tips, feel free to comment down below, any thoughts. And yeah, that's pretty much what I have planned. And stay tuned. And thank you for watching. And hopefully I will have Christmas cards starting soon. So keep an eye out for those. Okay, thank you for watching.